2, 1.
The newest addition to my smart home is the Zemismart ecosystem. Thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Today I've got with me an RGB light strip and the Zemismart hub. Right, so I'm going to go through the process of unboxing, setting it up and actually using it in my home. Let's get right in with the unboxing. The unboxing is pretty simple. What we have in the box, first of all, is the Zemismart hub. This has a couple of ports on the back, power in, Ethernet, and it has a reset button, which is actually more like a syncing button. This hub is also running Zigbee 3.0, which is the latest version at this current date. The power cable is actually a USB, so you'll need to find an adapter to put that in to use it. Also, we get an Ethernet cable in, which I actually found to be quite small, so I ended up using one of my own, which is a bit longer, so I can position it better in my home. There's some extra tools, like the back plate and some screws, which you can use to screw this hub into the wall or have it somewhere else around your home. The great thing about this hub, and most importantly for me, is that it works with HomeKit. Also, it can work with the Google Assistant, Alexa, and if this then that, and I think there's some other ones in there too. The integration with HomeKit is exactly what I was looking for, because most of my ecosystem in my house right now is connected through my home app, where I run all my routines and shortcuts. And here we have the LED light strip. In the box we get some instruction manual, a Zigbee LED light strip controller, an adapter. The LED strips are wrapped and protected nicely in a hard plastic shell, which also makes it convenient to roll out. So we have three parts here we need to connect. We've got the adapter, we've got the Zigbee light controller, and we've got the LED lights that we all need to connect to each other. This LED strip is great because it has three LEDs on it. It has the RGB color one, which we can use to change different colors. We have a warm light and a cool light. This is fantastic because this allows us to get a really accurate light temperature on the Kelvin scale. I'm not sure if you noticed, but on cheaper LED strips, especially the ones you get those little remotes, they can't actually produce white. They kind of give like a pinky or yellow hue because they're trying to get a white color out of using different colors together. These LEDs are actually producing a warm or a cool light, so you get a really nice balance between there. Setting up. First thing we need to do is power up the hub and connect Ethernet to the router. The Ethernet cable that came in the box unfortunately wasn't long enough for me, but I had to use my own to wrap it around, and I could place the hub in a more convenient place for me. Once this was all booted up, I got a solid red light on it, which I assumed mean it's ready to pair. I opened my phone, went to the home app, and I tried to scan the code on the side to add it to my home app. I had a bit of issues trying to actually scan it in the home app, but here's a small tip. If you're having the same problem here, you can just use a camera app and it'll find it right away. Easy fix. This is where I got a bit confused. I got two instruction manuals in these boxes, and one told me to download a 2-year app and a Smart Life app. I did some Googling and it turns out it's actually the same company and the same app. The only difference is they've taken the 2-year branding off on the Smart Life app. And also looking a bit more, the Smart Life had a few more features that I'd benefit from, so I stuck with that one. Not to mention it's also really highly rated on the App Store. But when you open the Smart Life app, it pretty much detected the hub right away. Pairing the lights is pretty simple too. Just needed to plug the lights into the three little parts. You have the AC part to connect to the light strip controller, which will then connect to the LED light strip. Once all those were connected, it actually just started breathing. And by breathing, I mean the LED lights kept kind of fading dimmer and brighter, meaning that it was in its pairing mode. On the Smart Life app, going to the hub, selecting Add Sub-Device, and it searched and found it in about 20 seconds and connected it to my app. The first thing I did was go into the light and mess around with all the features and see what kind of customizations I could do inside there. Using it. When you tap on the light, you get into all the different features you can use. I'll probably bring this up on the screen so you can see it a bit better, but first things first, you have the on button. Once you're in there, you can go to the dimmer, which can control a bunch of different lights. On the main page, you have your RGB lights, which are controlled from a color circle. If you swipe to the right, you'll then see you have the warmer colors and the cooler colors, which will basically fade between the two different warm and cool lights. So two different LEDs between that, and the first one will just be on the RGB lights. The next tab we have is Scene. There's some really good things in here you can choose from, but the real fun comes from when you're actually creating your own. So at the top, under Customize, I created my own, which will allow me to choose what colors to fade into at what time. For example, in this app here, you can see at the top you have your different colors. you can change these, and these will be the colors that will fade into. Below that you have the color to choose the color. The scene name, that's just the name of your scene. Color flash mode, where you can change how it changes to these different colors. So static, it'll stay one color. Flash, it'll flash between different colors. And breathe means it'll fade in between the colors. At the bottom you have the speed controls to choose how fast it changes between each color. Next tab is music. This one's pretty cool, especially if you're a kind of person who throws parties. People will love this. You can press start on your phone here, and what it will do is actually use your microphone to listen to the beat of the music. What will happen then is the LEDs will flash different colors based on the rhythm of the music. I'm sure I'll have a cool video playing right now for you to see that actually happening. I might have to actually edit out the music so I don't get copyright striked, so if it's a bit off, you know why. The last tab we have here under the lights is setting, and this is where you can get really detailed with this. In plan, you can create different plans where you can have random timings, cycle timings, sleep plans, and a wake up plan. If I'm honest with you, there's so much to go through here. I actually haven't gone through everything. And this is just under the light. You also have the whole app to do different things as well. So if customization is your thing, you'll absolutely love this. But going through the rest of the features under the setting, you can go to timer, set timers. Rhythms is pretty cool because you can set different light modes at different times to come on and off whenever you want. So for example, when you wake up to maybe full sunrise, different lights will go on and off. Then maybe getting ready for bed and actually going to sleep, you can have two different kind of lights again, and they can fade into each other, which is a really cool feature actually. Last of all, in here you have the power on behavior. This is where you can tweak if you want it to restore the memory, which means it'll just come on at the same light as you left it off. Initial mode, which would be default kind of color and brightness. You can customize what the loading color will be. You can also change how long it takes to turn the lights on and turn the lights off. Crazy customizability. It's so fun to play around with. As I said earlier, you can actually sync these to a bunch of different other smart home ecosystems. So I can go through them here because I have them up. You have Alexa, the Google Assistant, Smart Things, If This Then That, and you can also connect it to your Apple HomeKit and I believe the Google Home as well. If you want some inspiration, what I've done is wrapped LED strips around my TV stand. This gives a really nice look, especially making it nice and cozy and warm. I can change the different colors to go with different themes of movies. Not to mention, it's also better for your eye. Your eye isn't straining as much from a really contrasted view of the television. I think it works really nice with a soft kind of glow, almost like a levitating kind of effect. I did try and get a few shots of this on my main camera, but it didn't actually look as good as using my iPhone, so I'll show some of these shots around now as well. That's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions about it, leave some comments down in the description and I'll get back to you. Thanks, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.